It's Moo Man.
Moo Man?
This is not a dream.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Moo Man. It is Moo Man on the mic.
Yo, what is going on? It's your man's once again, Moo Man on the mic, back with another episode of the Initiative Podcast, where we get into everything celebrity news, world news, sociology, psychology, WTF. Let's go. Okay, listen, Miami Beach, shout out tonight. Mind Travel May, live to headphones, silent piano concert at Indian Beach, on the beach. Check-in begins at 5:30 p.m. in front of the Indian Beach on the sand, okay? We're lit by the full moon tonight, all right? Article from Jason Wakohak, the founder of Mind, Body, and Green, says that it's an improvising beauty creating trance, all right? Not to mention Sarah Invaho. She is a master's of yoga philosophy, and she says the mind travel is for anyone. Listen here, with silent pianos. Shout out to the event managers who put this together. Shout out to the beach area in which we're going to enjoy a smooth, moonlit night of live piano. It really don't get no much better than that, but let's get into the headline hero. All right, y'all, come on. Now the headline hero is Mental Health Awareness Month, okay? It's been like this whole time. We're going to keep it pushing. I just want to express to everyone again how important mental health is for me. Now, listen here. When I was growing up and when we dealt with people, dealt with kids, like when I was a kid and I ran into kids who clearly had mental issues, and I'm talking about when I was like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. You see what I'm saying? You know, we wouldn't really mess with them unless they lived in our neighborhood. Like if we knew what house that they lived in, like it'll be me. I remember it would be me and like maybe 3 or 4 or 5 of my guys. Just that, you know, we're all kids, but we all live in around the same area. This is on the south side, Dirty 30s in Minnesota, right? So we would group together and then go to their house and learn with them, see what's going on, see how we can elevate their minds, see what each one of us could do to contribute to something that they may have lost by birth or by some freak accident. You see what I'm saying? That is one of the golden ways to help anybody if you have the time to when it comes to the mental health. You see what I'm saying? That affects physical life. You see what I'm saying? That affects your physical livelihood. You know, those is where you really want to be at. You know, it's that kind of therapy. You know what I'm saying? Human to human, peer to peer therapy that is, you know, private and public at the same time, because you see the public strength, but the private strength that goes into healing some of the traumas that permeate the disorder. If it's a mental disorder that affects the physical, or a physical disorder that affects the mental, a spiritual disorder that affects the physical, but a physical could affect the emotional and so forth. So keep that in mind. And we can move forward through May with good mental health. All right. But look, now, let us get into this headline hunting. Okay, headline hunting out of ABC News, article by Jonathan Carr and Catherine Falders. Trump admin poised to accept a palace in the sky as a gift for Trump from Qatar. Qatar, people, the country Qatar. All right. I mean, this is a gift to the Air Force, if you will, you know, from the multiple dealings that the president has been dealing with as far as the South, the Indian Sea, Saudi Arabia too. I mean, the list goes on and on and on about his solidifying the personalities and the leadership out there. Okay, it's a historical sign of peace. Okay, a historical sign of peace eventually in the library museum, I'm sure, and I'm pretty sure just worldwide. As you can see, Qatar is the history of Qatar, as we know, we've had its wars, it had its ups and its downs, and now we're showing signs of peace. Headline hunting: driver's ed by currency dropped today. All right, check that out. Like I said, it's driver's ed by currency. Okay, that's gonna be pretty dope. Headline hunting on the only love we know by Naomi Sharon dropped. Go ahead and check that out. All right, she's the one that took the mentorship that Drake and 40's label signed her to. You know, they have these little membership programs out there for music and engineering and things of that nature. So they've been signing people up, and she's one of those signups. So There go a headline. We're gonna see where it go. Headline hunting: Tia Kemp claps back at the social users accusing her of moaning on a boat with DDG. Okay, says she was vomiting, she was hurling, she wasn't having sex, because that's exactly what it sounded like. Did we all hear the same thing? We all heard the same thing. So that's definitely what it sounded like. I'm thinking like, what is going on? DDG is live, he's streaming. Like, what is the deal? Why is Tia Kemp on the boat? But I mean, again, you don't know these people. The relationships are interesting to see how they blend when it's on stream. But it's easy to take the misconstruction and run with it for clicks, run with it for advertising spaces or introductions to advertising spaces, you name it, but that was pretty crazy. But she said she was throwing up. We're going to see what she was throwing up at a later clipping. Headline hunting: Ice Spice Mercedes-Benz campaign. Anybody see that? Okay, the 4-time Grammy nominee appeared at the reimagined Mercedes-Benz Manhattan dealership opening with her new Princess CLA. Have y'all seen a Mercedes-Benz CLA? Okay, that's one of the dopest ones. And if y'all check out Complex, in which this article came from, definitely check it out, because her Benz, that beautiful, bro, I'm talking about, I seen pictures of it. I'm like, that is one creative, but she clicked up with the creators, okay, of Mercedes-Benz, and their mission is to design on-off art pieces that express their distinctive identities. Their canvas was a Mercedes-Benz CLA. What made it even better is that it was Ice Spice. It's Mercedes-Benz CLA, and that mug is something to check out. Y'all gotta check it. She made it dripping. Literally, she made it dripping. All right, now I don't know why. You see what I'm saying? Y'all was catching she was catching all that heat on the Drag Race season 10. Okay, I know she's young. She's gotten her fame from making songs about shitting and farting. Okay, we get it. All right, no, I'm not dissing her. No, that wasn't a bullet. No, that wasn't a shot. No, I shot out with Ice Spice. Ice Spice, I believe, is one of the creative minds out here. You see what I'm saying? I mean, I think she needs to do more with different brands to see what kind of things and allures that she can create. All right, music may not be for her. Okay, I mean, that could be always something she can drop back on. She's always gonna have her fans, right? But it's nothing to hold to stock. She can hold her own behind a mic if she has to. The court of public opinion should not be focusing so much on what some of these artists choose to be known as and known for. Some don't even have a preference to be known by bars or to be known by spitting. It's a competitive art form in which most of these females have been dominating the last 5 years on. Yeah. But make no mistake, the relationships that they believe that they can continue to have will always try to be exploited by the powers that be on the music, on the production side, on the producer side, on the director side, and whatever kind of multimedia machine that you have. And I hope that you own your multimedia machine too, by the way. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we know Ice Spice, DDG, T Grizzly, you know what I mean? Yachty, they have their creative spaces that they own and operate. Some people will put an IPO on their private spaces of creativity just to see it get posted into somebody's gallery out there in London or the Venetian Islands. You know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you, like, the different kinds of multitudes of hustles pop up when you got the money and when you hit a certain creative platforms. Or if you're known by certain creative platforms, you got a better opportunity to do what you got to do. I'm not mad at it, especially with Mercedes-Benz. They're coming into the reality. They're coming into new news with new young blood out here with new levels of creativity, and you can't get better than that. And I like the fact that you see high fashion combined with high class vehicles, combined with high class ancestral advancement, knowing what sinners did to the black population's pure energy. Like, come on now. That's a combination right there. Okay, this is how I see things. Okay, I'm getting y'all up here into my mind. All right, this is the podcast. I'm taking the initiative, and I hope that I'm motivating the others to take the initiative. Y'all taking the initiative to listen. I'm taking the initiative to give y'all information. We take the initiative to build financial spaces and take more initiative to group around our social construct that we're building by y'all being the members of listening to the podcast, by me doing the podcast, buying the merch. I'm dropping some more spoken word, and it's going to be crazy. You see what I'm saying? That's the kind of creations that are out here, despite the music, propaganda, and beef, okay? Everyone is branching out. You got to network your creativity in 2026. Y'all better learn it right around now, all right? I'm just saying. I got to learn how to go out doing these things. You can't just rely on one thing. You know what I mean? But let's get into the back of the house headline. All right, y'all. The back of the house headline. This is also coming out of Complex. Back of the house. Cenat and NLE Choppa bust down Rolly Avalanche gets gold certification. Bust down Rolly. Okay, Avalanche gets gold certification. An article by Mark Elliott out of the Complex. The song was released in May 2002, and it was a video that dropped. All right, which proves it to be a hit. I mean, as it has been streamed over 84 million times by Spotify. Y'all been keeping up with Bust Down Rolly. Okay, I mean, that's just real. Before a song can go gold for you hobbyists out there, you gotta sell and stream an equivalence of over 500,000 copies. All right, hard downloads too, not soft downloads. And then Cenat and NLE Choppa, y'all just went gold, Jack. I know that, and no, this is the back of the house headlines. We check the front of the house, we clear the front, and we check the back. Okay, we all know this. You see what I'm saying? And this is why I put him in the back of the house headline. Cenat, he's streaming a university, yet another social experiment. You see what I'm saying? From streaming the live jail to streaming multitudes of live, actual social environmental scenarios to create information. You see what I'm saying? To create Bitcoin data. Okay, like, let's be clear here. You know what I mean? Like, this is what, and he has 7 million signups, over 1 million actually on the list, and this is for anyone who's been streaming for 2 years or stronger. I mean, that's the range. I feel like that's where he's at. At first he was like, maybe not. Even 5 months may be a little bit too long, but this is the biggest streamer around the planet. The social experiment is how to get closer to that success, emulate what you're doing in real time for the next ones to hit. It could be a series of talent worldwide that could hit, and all it takes are these, I ain't gonna lie, these digital social experiments. And it's only gonna evolve. This is an idea that Cenat has. You see what I'm saying? And his ideas work. His ideas stream is why he's the biggest streamer on the planet. He takes sociological ideologies, psychological things within certain environments, and he sees which one of them blends together. And if they blend, they blend. If they don't blend, they don't blend. All of it is information. All of it is Bitcoin data. All of it can be farmed up. All you got to do is monetize the farming. You see what I'm saying? And again, this gets back into my other episodes of what I've been suggesting, and that is programming, tokens, and cryptocurrency. All right. And by the way, I'm gonna let y'all know a wallet. If you don't have MetaMask, Uniswap, and Coinbase, okay, you're losing. I get it. Some wallets don't coexist with others, but those three right there, decentralized, and they are constantly being programmed to the highest level of success. That is where you can find my Netter coin access, my Netter token access. As y'all know, I got the close for it, and y'all can get down with that, because this is going to be the new wave. Wearable NFTs is my idea. You see what I'm saying? Don't get it wrong. I want that idea to transform for everyone that knows exactly what I mean when I say wearable NFTs, okay? There's different sciences to attach to them, of course. And then, mind you, when you have digital spaces that Cenat is creating with his university, you see what I'm saying? Not to mention just recently going gold, you got to follow where the zeitgeist is currently being centralized at, all right? And this is just the real deal. You know what I mean? And we know the zeitgeist is metaphorical at times, literal for others. Kind of really depends on how you manifest, if you're a master manifester. You see what I'm saying? I'm just putting that out there. And because Cenat is a master manifester. You see what I'm saying? We're just putting that out there. And everyone has their different methods. The point is, you got to walk in your successes as well as your failures and the work that you put in to get to that level. None of it comes easy. All of it comes through patience, though, and dedication and consistency. And I got more bars coming in the next spoken word, if you feel it me. Yeah, But as I was saying, it's your man's Moo Man on the mic, and I'm gonna see y'all on the next episode. Let's get it.
I don't mean no disrespect, but no way. I can't listen to you, I do this my own way.